Hey, Jovan here with your free MLB Extendo clip play for Tuesday, August 12th, 2025. Now, you know it's a Pick Dawgz. We love giving out free picks. But if you want my best bets, the best that I'm putting in today, go to the website, pickdawgz.com, where you can find my or one of our other world-class handicappers picks for today. Now, like we always do, let's do a little bit of house cleaning. And yeah, the Extendo clip didn't get it done once again. Chicago White Sox first 5 innings -0.5 at plus 145. Yeah, didn't get it done, but you know we were close. We were on the right wavelength with it. They gave up one early run to the Tigers, and it was a 1-0 game until the 5th, and the White Sox tried to make it happen. They scored one run. They couldn't push the second run across. And that was all she wrote. It was a 5-inning game. They ended up losing anyway, 2-1 in what was it, extras, or was it the 9th inning? I don't know, but that really doesn't matter. The bottom line is they didn't get it done, and that runs our single clip record to 11-13-1 at plus 474 for $100 bettors. Add a zero for $1,000 bettors if you want to. Yeah, the 2-team parlay also didn't come together. Texas Rangers got it done. No, congratulations to them, but them Dodgers, them damn Dodgers. Yeah, they didn't, not so much for them. They lost 7-4, and yeah, not that I'm concerned about the Dodgers. I'm not really a Dodgers fan. I'm a Red Sox fan through and through, but you know, the Dodgers do have Mookie Betts, and I'm a Mookie Betts fan, so you know, I do get some enjoyment out of the Dodgers winning, or them winning last season. So yeah, it's kind of concerning, you know, that they're going through the motions like this. You know, losing to a lowly team like the Angels. I mean, it's in Anaheim, so you know, it can't be that surprising. They were the home team, but nevertheless, the 2-teamer didn't get it done. Like I said, we got to shape up on that one, on the 2-teamers, and fast. You know, one of the things I did want to talk about real quick were our numbers. Being that this is sports, being that this is sports betting, numbers are, you know, very prevalent in this realm. Whether it's, you know, the surface numbers or the advanced numbers, the advanced analytics, the advanced metrics, the expected numbers, you know, we could go on and on with it. Sportscast, and you know, a lot of things that are really irrelevant to getting you closer to a winner. A lot of numbers, and you know, people might not want me to say this, but a lot of these numbers are fluff. They don't mean much, and like I said, they're not going to get you any closer to a winning bet. A lot of them. Now, there are some numbers that very well could get you closer, but that's another thing. How do you apply those numbers into winning bets? You have to decide that for yourself. You have to find what numbers serve the most purpose for you in your sports handicapping and your sports betting, and translate them into wins. I'm one of those guys that are one of those sports handicappers that believe in winning. Believe that the winning comes first, not the winning is a byproduct of something else. Like, that's what CLV is. There's a group that believes that CLV, as long as you get CLV more times than not, or the vast majority of the time, or all the time, that will be the byproduct of winning. That, as long as you get COV in the long run, you will win. So they're not worried about the wins. They're worried about getting the best number, which would translate into wins. And I get that. But for me, I want to be on the right side each and every time. So for me, COV isn't as important. Sometimes it's important because of the game, but a lot of times the spread isn't gonna matter in a point spread game. In the vast majority of sports betting events, the margins aren't that slim when it all boils down to it. You have games that are close to half a point here, 1.5 points there, that dictates wins and losses. So in those games, you do want to get the best number. But there are some games where you just know that it's not going to matter, and it is, it's just that simple. But so for me, when it comes to numbers, and it doesn't matter what numbers you look at, take out all the fluff. Figure out what numbers are just there for decoration, and what are the meat and potato numbers that will get you closer to becoming a better sports bettor, a better sports handicapper, so on and so forth, etc., etc. That's really my advice, because for me, I cut out a lot of the fat. I know that a lot of these numbers are just that. They're just fat. They're just decoration. They're just for the purposes of making someone sound, making certain things sound good. Let's just say that. So let's move on to our Extendo clip play of the day, and we are going to go to Cleveland, Ohio, where the Miami Marlins are facing the Cleveland Guardians, and the Marlins, one of those teams that have, as a bad team, gotten this money, but right now they're in a bad way. They're on a 3-game losing streak, loses of 4 out of their last 5, and I want to say all of those losses, at least the last 3, have come by multiple runs. 2 of those losses were 7-1 losses to the Atlanta Braves. They got swept out of Atlanta, and that's in their last series. It was an ugly one for them. The Cleveland Guardians, 8-2 in the last 10. They are going right into form. They're shaping up right now and trying to push for a playoff spot. I don't know if they have enough to catch the Tigers, but they're starting to do what they're supposed to do. Their bullpen is riding high. Perennially, it seems like they're one of the top bullpens in the majors. And Logan Allen, he's kind of gotten it together. 2 runs in each of his last 3 starts, I believe. Don't quote me on that. But moreover, the Marlins, they can't hit their way out of a wet paper bag against lefties. They're batting below the Mendoza line in their last 5, in their last 10 against lefties. So I fully expect for Logan Allen to get through this lineup relatively easy. And then, once the ball gets handed over to the bullpen, it's shut the door time, because the Cleveland Guardians bullpen has been just that nasty. On the other end, like I said, the Miami Marlins, they can't hit their way out of a wet paper bag against lefties. And not only that, their bullpen has been a mess. Posting an 11+ ERA in their last 10. So that's going to give the Guardians enough opportunities in the latter stages of this game to secure win in multiple run style, and I think that happens in this one. So what we're gonna do is we are going to back the Cleveland Guardians -2 at +178 odds. That's a nice little payout if they win by 3 runs, and I fully expect for them to do just that. So let's reiterate this one real quick. That'll be the Cleveland Guardians -2 at +178. Book a cash and do what you got to do with it, but go to the website pickdawgz.com where you can find mine or one of our other world-class handicappers picks. Now smash that like button. Let's get this money and hit the book where it hurts.